So anyway, when you progressives are climbing in bed with Epstein's partners in crime, and on the Democrat side, that means you're also involved in the crimes with the Republican side. But you're doing all this posturing like it's just the Republicans. Not only are you giving them a blank check to kill you, you're letting them screw with all of us victims of Epstein, Maxwell, and all of their partners in crime. Dirschbag, Chad Cronin, Bess Sweeney, whoever. You're letting them violate our sensitive information, stalk us, and threaten us. So you can then blackmail them with it. You're using us as pawns. Guess what? That makes you no different than them. That means you're their partners in crime now. That's what that means. So when you're exposing all this shit, you're just doing it for blackmail purposes. You're pulling a Kennedy. You're going to end up like the Kennedys. You're pulling a Charlie Kirk. You're going to end up like Charlie Kirk. Especially when you're doing all that shit and then blaming it on me, my father, and thus the entire U.S. active military. The non-senator sons, the non-elites, the expendables. That's called a political coup. That's called treason. And they don't have to wait till you actually do it to punish you. They're actually mandated by law to stop you from doing it. As a matter of national security, you're not going to successfully commit all those crimes with both parties and then tip the scales because you want your Justice Democrats, who are ultimately running on the Democratic ticket, pretending to be different than the neoliberal Democrats, like there's a centrist side and a far left side. No, you're not far left. When you're unleashing biological weapons in your own neighborhood and letting the for real motherfuckers do all the wet work and screwing with us, but just accidentally on purpose making sure they have the information they need to screw with us and making sure they're not prosecuted for it, you're just as guilty. That's aiding and abetting, accessory after the fact, accessory before the fact. You're just basically a principal in the crime. You're part of the criminal enterprise now. That's you basically asking to be next to Jimmy Hoffa. And you let them commit all those crimes against us so you can get on your fucking YouTube channel and do this. Hear yourself talk. And do some fucking power grab on the Democrat ticket. No talk of third party. Why not just let the chips fall where they may? That's what you're actually mandated by law to do. You're supposed to expose the crimes in both parties. Oh, wait, you progressives enabled it, so that means you have to go to jail too. You enabled all the shit, so you got to go to jail too. You fucking cost me thousands of dollars, and then when I got to go fly a sign, you bitch and raise hell that I have to ask for money when you cost me all my money. Oh, and my father doesn't actually have to click on this video to see it, since he's JAG and he works with all those military elites at the Pentagon. Once you have his level of intel and experience and taught most of them and advised most of them he doesn't need to actually click on this video to get a hold of it. They'll download it at the Pentagon and get it to him in person. That's who he is. He's God, otherwise known as the Heavenly Father. And his eye is on the sparrow, so I know he's watching me. You better, I've told you a million motherfucking times to establish secure comms, and you better start doing your fucking job. Because you're not going to use all of us as Epstein's victims, abuse us, set off bioweapons, blame it on me, blame it on my father, and thus the entire military. Elites like Rick Scott and DeSantis and the Goldwaters and Hunter Biden excluded. And think you're going to live to tell about it, to profit from it, and successfully do your coup. I have to make these videos because I have to sleep at night. So does my father. He's going to see this shit. He needs to know what's going on. And when he sees me doing this and then sees you not fixing shit the way you're supposed to, I don't give a fuck if I read your obituary tomorrow. AOC's obituary, anybody's. Mulvaney, Stanix, whoever. If I were Becky and Becca Ballant and Bernie Sanders, I'd be finding out who these people are that are dropping your name and Sarah George's name, and if they really are being sent by Sarah George, is she a fucking mole? Is she an infiltrator? Did she just decide she's going to let Kyle Kulinski make her a better career? She want to run for senator someday? She got big dreams of going higher and higher as a Democrat? What? Either way, if Kyle Kulinski's the leader of the Justice Democrats and he's openly and notoriously talking about just an open coup, he's ruined your movement. But there's an old saying, you do something nice, you do something good for somebody, and some nice person comes along and ruins it, or however that goes. I understand Bernie's up there in years. He doesn't, he's elderly. He probably isn't going to, he certainly probably isn't going to run for president again. I don't know if this is going to be his last time he's ran for senator. I don't know. But this younger generation, they're not going to have any problem taking his endorsement and then abusing that power that they have like he's obsolete. What Kyle is doing is exploitative of Zoran. He's exploiting Bernie's good name. He's taken that momentum and he's going to exploit it for something nefarious. I understand he's not a military man. Because if he was, he would never said that shit. He wouldn't be doing the shit that he's doing. He would know not to do it. You don't fire at your friendlies. That's how you get executed. You better, I don't know what you need to do about him. You better do something about him because Dad's team will. You ain't going to keep setting us up. You ain't going to fucking keep murdering me and blaming it on my father, my mother, She's partially guilty. Can't help her. Can't fix stupid. But guess what? You're enabling her too. You're letting her do it so you can blame it on her. Don't act like you're not as guilty of the shit. I've been saying this for years and years. But that's what I'm mandated to do. I'm mandated to give you every opportunity to pull your head out your motherfucking ass. And you keep telling me to fuck off and die and keep trying to kill me. As if I'm going to give you sensitive information on an unsecure line. And here's the other thing. When you refuse me victim services and keep me vulnerable and desperate and broke and then send your little trolls to make little token offerings and try to get information out of me in my desperate state, that's coercion, you stupid fucks. That means you got no case. You got your information illegally. Fruit of the poisonous tree. So how are you going to blackmail anybody with anything when you got that? When now they can fucking blackmail you right back. Fucking they can kill you because they're the ones with the power. You don't control. This is why you don't blackmail the people that actually have all the control. They are the police. They are the doctors. They are the Department of Health. They are the Pentagon. How are you going to blackmail the motherfuckers that have all the guns and the medicine? And the Palantir at their... You're not even taking a knife to a gunfight. You're walking into a fucking... you're walking into a Pentagon with a fucking water gun. You're threatening all those people at the Pentagon with a fucking water gun. And guess what? Even though they know you got a water gun, if you pull it on them, they can shoot your motherfucking ass. Oh my God, this is a level of stupidity that you just can't make up. Dad, I've tried. I've tried and tried and tried and tried and tried. All I can say is, knock yourself out. Have your way with them. I don't care. When I go to Georgia, all we got to do is go to the sheriff's department. We're going to need a lawyer. We don't have a lawyer because we don't know. Here's why we need a lawyer. Because Tish James should have taken care of this while I was in New York. Georgia should not have to use their taxpayer dollars, any of their budget, to house me or get me work comp, cancer care, or whatever. Because the cancer's so far advanced because of the fraud, whatever hospital we go to, it shouldn't cost them anything. They actually have to launch a criminal, multifaceted criminal investigation. It's going to take a lot of lawyers working with those doctors and those hospital administrators. And they're not going to do it unless we have lawyers and a sheriff's deputy, a couple of sheriffs, maybe a lieutenant there. We might even want Marjorie Taylor Greene there and anybody else in the state of Florida. Any Democrats, Republicans, I don't give a shit. Probably going to have to be Republicans since Kyle Kalinske wants to fucking phase them, wants to make sure they lose the House, the Senate, and the White House, and eventually the SCOTUS, which... And let Marjorie Taylor Greene blow it up since she's already there. I don't trust her 100% because she's DHS, but at this point, they're all fucking criminals. We're sworn to protect everybody since they're all criminals. We just have to make sure that one criminal doesn't have it over on the other. We have to make sure that all those criminals have equal power. And when one's trying to fucking do a coup and blame it on us and accuse us of releasing bioweapons and murder and tampering and using all of Epstein's victims as pawn and making sure they're sensitive information and making sure they're not safe. That's human trafficking plus their drug trafficking. Well, shit, we can do anything we want, any way we want. We just have to convert whoever we can, regardless of what their criminal background was. Our goal at this point is just to stop the criminal crew by Justice Democrats, anti-Justice Democrats. Justice Democrats. What a fucking contradiction in terms. But it shouldn't. I don't have to stay with you and Robin. That wouldn't even be a good idea. Hell, they could sue the state of New York for all kinds of. They could sue them for a whole bunch of money. I'd get a bunch of money. You'd get a bunch of money. You and Robin would get the bunch of money. Mom, I don't know about. She's been too active in helping them, so I don't know. She don't need it. Scott's a millionaire. But it shouldn't be any money out of your pocket. Here is the problem, though. If I get on a bus down there, I won't make it alive. And they'll have you all dead before they'll kill you and kill me. They'll kill me and then kill you before you can do anything about them killing me. Because they don't realize that the entire military will then kill them. Because they're living in fantasy land. So it would be a really good idea to come out, get whatever money together you can. I get my SSI check. That'll more than pay for gas and hotel for you. Because I'm going to get it back. They're making sure all my money's gone. They're making sure that Epstein's partners in crime cost me every motherfucking dime. How are you going to say, oh, we're going to help you? You got people donating money, making money off the situation. Why didn't you provide me with a fucking ice fishing tent, you progs? Why aren't you making sure I have a fucking butane stove? Why aren't you making sure I have a bunch of gift cards? No, you want to control it. You want to give out little petty shit to keep me fucking dependent, like you're going to create a trauma bond with me. No, motherfuckers, it don't work. That's fucking victim tampering, which you're already doing anyway. You're making sure Epstein's partners in crime get access to all of us. Anyway, Dad, you and Robin and Rick, I would actually send Mike and Allison Sosaby or Mike and Tracy. And make sure they're packing. And if Allison's got any lawyer friends that can ride with them or have her ride with them, because they tried to pin this on her too, when she was a sitting fucking prosecutor. She's got her own goddamn civil suit against these motherfuckers. I don't know what else to do. I don't want to leave. This is not what I really want to do. I don't want to leave my raccoons. I still have some here I'm really worried about. I'll do a recon mission to come up here and track them and get them. I've got a whole bunch of fucking gear. I've got chainsaws. I've got a whole lot of stuff here that I'm not going to be able to carry on a bus. What am I going to do, get on a bus with 3 chainsaws? to keep my knives. My knife collection's coming with. But it don't take up that much room. All my tools. I got a 500 watt power station and 100 watt solar panel that I was gifted. LL Bean winter, like sub-zero temp sleeping bag. I got another one. I don't remember the brand on it. But yeah, we may need a truck or a van or a truck and a king cab with a back end. Yeah, we'll have to blow this up all over the news and make sure. That's the reason why I need to come to Georgia, because it's going to have to be Georgia Republicans that make sure, because these motherfuckers here are not going to expose their roles in this. That's the whole point. That's why every time I say I'm leaving, they jump in with a bunch of money. They don't want me to leave because they don't want this getting out. They're trying that